Episode 40, fellas. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for listening on rcrradio.com. I'm Britt. That's Jerry. But God damn it, Jerry, we are blessed to have, straight from Dallas, Texas, Jesus Christ himself would call him a Jew. We got T.O. How do you like your tits, Jerry? Double D's,
baby. Double D's.
Double D. Todd Helfer, everyone, is in the house. Or in the spare bed.
2 weeks in a row, fantastic.
You're going to get him the rest of it.
I like it.
You're going to get it.
I like this new tradition.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ever introduce you
I'm
ever.
a big fan of it.
You're not a big fan?
We gotta do
You're a
Jerry.
Bulls fan today. Got your favorite China doll.
Well, I thought I know.
How did that jersey end up in your closet?
I dated a girl from Chicago.
Okay.
And then, doesn't it sound weird? Doesn't it sound scratchy?
it did with Ryan on, too, but I think you're good.
That's all right. I don't mind. I have a beautiful voice anyways.
You do have a beautiful
nothing
voice.
can interfere with
I mean,
this.
me and Todd did say for the viewers watching on YouTube, they were blessed to not have. You're bringing us down, Jerry.
Yeah.
You're
My bad,
you're
boys.
bringing us down.
I
mean,
apologize.
we are trying to showcase America's fat, lazy out of.
It was on display last night,
Yeah.
too.
No, yeah, I mean, game winner.
Game winner.
Was
Yeah.
Had a game winner.
That was nice. That was nice. I
The,
think that was like the only bucket you made, too.
Yeah, the 8-inch vertical. That was with combining both feet.
I
Thing
liked
was
it.
smooth, dude. Took it from half court.
Oh, yeah. No passing was going to go down on that one.
No, I was open in the block, too.
I think you tried passing it, and then you just kind of fumbled it up into the hoop.
Kind of fumbling like this mic, huh?
That's right. What the hell are you doing with that, Mac? Why is it sticking straight up in
I
the
don't
air?
know. I tried something different. I want the YouTube viewers to see my ingenuity.
I don't think it's working very well.
I hate it.
All right, I'll change it.
I
at
hate
break.
what you're doing right now.
I'll change it at break. But how you doing, Jerry?
Phenomenal. I'm doing really well. It was a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day to both of you boys.
I know.
That's why I wore the jersey, by the way. It's Rose, Derrick Rose.
Well, I was hoping we would come back.
And I have
out.
no reason to ever wear this jersey
Yeah.
again other than this.
I was hoping Todd could actually bring us some pictures.
I know. Super disappointed, boys.
You,
Pictures of what?
So last
someone didn't listen to last week's episode.
No. Thanks for the support, Jerry.
Yeah.
I apologize. I forgot that you guys even did an episode.
We got people in New Zealand that have more faith than you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Can you settle that mic?
I'm changing it because you got so damn
I think maybe
Something
we
about
should
it.
all do it. We should all just have it weirdly.
have a mic fight, mic stand fight.
That's right.
This is great podcast material.
Yeah, I know.
But anyways,
Basketball knowledge is flowing.
Todd blew it for us, Jerry.
I did.
Big.
I actually had nothing to do with it. So I went to a wedding last weekend in Tampa that Hulk Hogan RSVP'd to. He
What?
was supposed to be there.
Oh my God.
I was excited too. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Wow.
And he no-showed.
Typical.
Yeah. Just so like halfway through the reception, like I was like, so he no-showed at church. And then we went to the reception. And like halfway through the reception, I was half expecting him to like bust through the doors and like that be his stick, you know?
Hey, brother.
Yeah, I was like, I kept up hope for a really long time, but then about with an hour to shut the wedding down, I finally came to grips that he no-showed.
That would have been the greatest power move of all time. Just waiting like all that
Wait till the
time.
very end?
Yeah, and then just come busting.
I was
on in
holding
there.
out hope too.
I would have the whole
Yeah.
time. I would have been like, shh, Hogan might come in.
I kept like looking at the center doors, you know, see if they were about to bust and open. Every time they opened, I was like, no, that's not a Hulk open. Hulk would swing both of them open, you know.
Oh God, yeah. he would.
Anytime a
He'd
waitress
kick him
brought
in.
by a stand, you're like looking underneath. It's like, oh, is that a ring scorecard or a ring round card?
Dude, so my wife and her brothers went to elementary school with Brooke, Hulk Hogan's daughter. And they say, no lie, I had to confirm this with Sarah's brothers because I didn't even believe my wife. They say, no lie, he used to pick up Brooke in a yellow convertible Corvette. And on sunny days, he would wear nothing but like boy shorts, like Speedo type
That's
deal.
phenomenal.
But here's the thing. To pick up his daughter, but to pick up your kid at this school, you had to get out of your car and walk up to the door, pick up, sign for her, and walk her back.
Oh my God! See, like she was
Like
probably
kindergarten cop.
she was
think
probably
about that.
scared.
Yellow
Like,
Corvette and Hulk Hogan is fucking sitting there with his fucking red.
see, I'd
Speedo
ask
on
him to
picking
come
up
like
his
pick
daughter.
me up and powerbomb me into the car.
He's a family man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good guy.
They
Still
said they
keeping
had
up his
to-
image.
They said they had to make him stop. Because all the other dads were getting jealous. They're like, dude, you can't pick up your daughter
I want to know how he fit
in
in
a red Speedo anymore.
You guys
dude.
ever been in a Corvette?
Yeah, they're pretty small.
Yeah, I'm surprised he could fit in one.
Yeah.
That's
My
impressive upon itself.
My brother-in-law just bought a new one. They're sweet, dude. But I'm like 6'2", 6'3", and I barely can fit in that thing.
My girlfriend's dad just bought one too, and
The new ones?
Yeah,
They're
it's
sweet.
They are.
I've never been a Corvette guy, but the new ones are sweet.
They are. They're very nice.
I drive by a dealership, George Moore Chevrolet.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. New sponsor, guys.
All right, let's get to some basketball. Let's
Let's
down
get
to brass
to some
tacks
All-Star
here.
news. It's Wednesday,
The All-Star game was 3 days ago.
3 days ago.
It was a good weekend.
On
was a great
Valentine's
weekend.
Day.
It's rough. It's a challenge.
It is a challenge, but
is
I
it-
mean,
is
I
it-
had to record the whole weekend and then watch it like hours later.
It's
afterwards.
definitely a single man's All-Star.
Yeah. Like, I totally missed Saturday because of the wedding. So I
Oh,
didn't see-
no recording it?
I did, but I had to drive back, so I didn't see it until like Sunday
Gotcha.
night.
Yeah.
He's a busy man. He was there. He waited for Holt
I know.
till the next following morning.
He waited outside the church. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's coming. I know it." So, what did we think about the skills competition? The Bigs won. Karl Anthony Towns takes the title.
I was shocked.
How awesome was it? Actually, I was pumped because I think what it's going to do is kind of create some competition next year. Like, they're going to actually have pride in it. Because at first, like, DeMarcus Cousins went up there. He was just lollygagging, like, what the hell? I'm not going to win to these little guys. They're going to smoke me. And, I mean, you would think they would. But then Karl Anthony Towns went out firing. He went out the first time he went out. It was so quick. And I was like, damn, big man can dribble. Big man can pass. And then when it was him and Isaiah Thomas at the end, I was like, no way he beats Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is tiny and fast as shit. But sure enough, he did. He hit his first pass, hit his first three.
I want to say Karl Anthony Towns started against Draymond Green. So that was Draymond Green's first.
Yeah.
And they were both trying that first.
They were actually everybody tried except for DeMarcus Cousins.
Except for DeMarcus. Yeah.
was
and a couple
punk bitch.
the point guards actually, one of them had the ball hit off their leg. But let me discuss the format, Jerry. I think you're absolutely right. Like, so the format is all the bigs on one side of the bracket, all the guards on the other side of the bracket.
Correct.
And basically what that did was ensure a big versus small.
Yes.
Which I thought was really ingenious.
Phenomenal. I thought it was phenomenal.
So, and I think what it'll do is like big men who want to do this are going to say like, hey, let me put my name in the hat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I bet you it was a struggle to find 8 guys that even wanted to do this.
I bet it was. But now after that, it was so much like shit talking. Like, damn, the bigs just outskilled the little guys. And even to my girlfriend when I was watching it, I was like, the big guys are in the NBA because they're halfway talented and ginormous. I was like, little guys are in the NBA because they are skilled as shit and they are amazing at what they're doing basketball wise. And I was like, they're gonna kill them. And then when the bigs won, I was like, well, I eat my words right there. And I was psyched actually because, like I said, next year it'll create a little animosity, get a little competition in there. People will actually want to do it.
Yeah, and I mean that being said, like I said, Isaiah Thomas was my pick. Me nor Todd picked a big to win, even though like
Who did I pick?
Todd, you picked.
I picked Beverly, and he withdrew.
Yeah, Beverly withdrew.
That was a solid pick.
Who else did you pick? And you picked for the skills competition. You had C.J. McCollum, who I think the ball went off his leg.
He would looked bad. Actually,
so
he
that
looked
was
bad.
actually
he looked bad the whole weekend.
Yeah, he did.
That's good.
So that
My
that
other
blew up in
picks
your
were
face.
better.
But anyway,
He kind of proved he wasn't supposed to be there.
But the skills competition.
He really did.
Let me ask you both something. Could they add something to this that would make it, or is it maxed out?
No,
right
I
now?
like it. I like the way it is. It's quick. It's not too much where people are going to be like, no, that's a pain in the ass. It's just enough. And it's enough to where we see that big men can do it and do it just as fast as a little guy.
I kind of want a bounce pass added instead of them. I mean, they struggled with that straightforward, and that's a good, I don't know, 25-foot pass they had
It
to make
is.
through that they had to do that from behind the 3-point line.
Yeah.
It looked
you,
like.
you know what I would disagree with is how they only give them 3 balls to do the pass and then they let them go after the 3 balls.
I didn't like that either.
I didn't like that. I thought you should just have to stay there until you make it. Though Karl Anthony Towns hit it on his first try every single time. But, I mean, I didn't like that. It was like, one, as long as you can get jet out 3 in a row and you missed them, it didn't matter. You could still go on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you miss a layup on the other end, they're not going to be like, well, you missed. You can go down to the other end now. They make you make it.
Yeah, I agree. They should add that twist in there. Going to the next part of the night, Jerry. They started it off with an impromptu contest Draymond versus Kevin Hart that blew up in their face.
It blew up, dude. They
Yeah.
even made the trophy
Yeah.
for Draymond, and he actually lost.
Yeah.
Like, they gave it to Draymond, and Kevin Hart went along with it. Like, he pretended, like, damn it, I lost. But he actually hit the same amount and then actually hit one at the buzzer that would have beat it. But they didn't even want to replay it. Like, oh, yeah, he definitely beat him.
That's pretty fantastic.
Isn't it phenomenal?
Yeah. So to start the 3-point contest, they those
Really
two
did
guys
blow
come
up
out
in the
there,
face, dude.
and then Draymond is supposed to hit more than 12 for 30.
Yeah.
And not even 12 for 30. I
He
mean,
just came out bricking.
yeah.
He did. He didn't hit. And I thought he really was going to play with, or hit many more threes than
Well,
that. and he
Draymond
didn't.
started it, right?
Yeah. He
No,
started.
or did Kevin Hart go first?
No, he started it. and
He
then Kevin
started.
Hart-
So he
'cause
might have had the nerves of going first.
Maybe.
But
what-
he I mean,
Come
they
on,
had
you
a
can't
ner-
have nerves playing against Kevin Hart.
No kidding. I know you're an
Come on,
NBA
dude.
player. You do
You're-
that for
you're
a
an
living.
NBA All-Star. You
And
can't
Kevin
be-
Hart is one, he's a foot and a half shorter than you, and two, that's not his job.
Oh, it looked like he had to throw the ball, almost like
Yeah,
a
like
a
hook it.
quarterback. Yeah.
And that's again something. While I was watching it, I was like, he's not going to even be able to get it. My bad, dude. I like it.
I'm just watching him.
It's like a stick shift. I'm
like
just driving
Calvin
it.
Harris been that record.
Well, anyways, yeah. Like, so when I was like, he's not even gonna be able to make it to the damn hoop. Like, how does he expect to make any out of 30? And then when he hit 12 out of 30, and then hit that 13th at the buzzer, I was like, oh.
I was
Draymond
just
just
impressed. He was rimming out.
Yeah.
You know, he was hitting rim consistently, so he had a shot.
Yeah.
He's got a shot.
But yeah, that blew up in their face because then they brought out the trophy with Draymond Green's face on it, and it was like supposed to be a big joke, and then it was like
Should have lost
man.
it.
Yeah, but it's funny because Kevin Hart went along with it, like, yeah, I lost, and it was like, you didn't though, you beat him.
Yeah, they gave him the participation trophy for tying.
Yeah,
It's a little bit fitting,
It was
a little
whatever
bit,
you
but
call
they
it.
both should have got one.
They gave him
The tie has to go to the non-NBA player.
Yeah,
and the guy that he tied him and then actually hit the
Right.
buzzer beater.
Yeah. But
Regardless,
you got to give him the trophy.
gotta.
I mean, he lost.
All right. Well, after that, the actual contest started, and I'm going to get into the logistics of the contest. They added something this year. They added a full money ball rack, and the players were allowed to put their money ball rack wherever they
They
wanted.
had that last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
fu-
second year.
Yeah.
The
Second
full
year.
money
This
ball
is the
rack?
second. Yeah, this
Oh,
is the
this
second.
is the
year they
second.
did
I think
this.
this is the first year that. No, I guess they got to let them choose every time.
Yeah, it was able
They got to choose it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
last
I'm
year.
going to agree to disagree.
You don't like it?
No, I'm going to agree that this
This
is
was
the
the
first
first
year
year?
with
No, it was
with a
definitely-
full money ball rack.
No, it was
Where
definitely.
I'm positive they did it last
They
year.
definitely
they
did it,
had
but
an
I don't know if
entire-
they were able to choose where it was at. It might have been just the last rack. I'll look at it right now.
Well, the reason being is because they were talking about they referenced Stephen Curry's win from last year and how he actually made more baskets than the 27 that was hit this year. But that might have been point scoring, so I may have been wrong. But going back to the actual contest itself, I mean,
Thought it was awesome that it came
Awesome.
down to
Those two again.
the Splash Brothers again, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, just that's
Back-to-back years and back-to-back years, they just absolutely dominated.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like the year before, it was like anybody else had like maybe 20, and that was the same thing this year. It was like, oh, third place had 19, and what did the Splash Brothers have? 25 and 27, and it's like, Jesus, dude, those guys are just so good.
well, they had the four-way tie.
They had the
remember
four-way
that?
tie for
Four
third,
or five-way
yeah.
tie for third to get out of the first round.
And then it was that kid from Phoenix that
Didn't
he didn't look good.
we all forgot his name already?
I
You know,
forgot his
he's
name.
trying
When
to
he was
forget
in
that
there, I was
name.
like, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
it's,
He's
the
kinda
the
half-
rookie from Duke.
Yeah.
It's
like a half Asian,
what
half.
was his name? Yeah, he's weird looking.
I'll get to
Yeah,
it, guys. Devin Booker.
Yeah,
Devin Booker. You know what's funny though was that
He
in the
wasn't even-
finals.
No, he's not from Duke. He's from Kentucky.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't even think he wasn't even a starter at Kentucky. I don't think. I
No.
think he came off the bench.
But I mean, apparently,
good player, though.
Apparently, he's having
Yeah.
a good three
Yeah.
point year because he was in the contest.
Yeah.
You know what this contest brought out was mixed race guys.
Yeah.
Every person in 3-point competition finals was mixed white and black. Every person in slam dunk finals was mixed white and black. And I was like, huh.
Yeah, you're
I was
right.
like, I feel like this is a trend. Is now it's like the whole population will. soon
Isaiah
just be-
Thomas is.
No,
I
no.
would take offense to that.
No,
Are
no,
you just
no.
talking about the finalists?
The finalists. That's what I said.
Yeah.
The finalists for the three. The finalists
You got
for the slam dunk.
you got Curry,
All
check.
right.
You got
Klay Thompson.
Klay
check.
Thompson. check.
Levine, check.
Booker.
Gordon, check.
Booker, check.
Yep, and you got.
I think you're onto something.
I know.
I haven't heard anybody talk about that.
Well, when I
We
we
noticed,
bring
I was
the
like,
we
damn.
bring the hard hitting.
Hard hitting facts.
The hard
issues.
hitting racial facts.
So if
to
you're
this.
looking to breed an NBA player, you need to get a ex NBA player.
Correct.
And breed them with like a 5'8" to 5'10"
white woman. Yeah, she's got to be a little bigger so they still
and
get
athletic.
tall. Yeah, and
Thick
athletic.
legs, kind of like the swimsuit model on the cover.
Yeah.
You know, they put a little plump on the cover this year. I don't know if you
love
guys
that.
know. You did love that?
I love it, dude.
I think keep your fatness
You
to
talking about
Huggies.
Sports,
No,
Huggies
Sports
ads.
Illustrated? You talking
Yeah.
about, dude, pick a winner. Pick a winner.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm with
Are you
Todd.
talking
I'm with
about?
Todd.
No, I
No,
didn't.
there's 3 covers. Like it's regional. Like everybody fucking gets a trophy. Like it's the
No,
society.
but
we live in now.
one of them, and I'm sure it's for
It's
the
a
Midwest, gets the plus size woman.
I don't care. Just if you want to pick her, pick her. Like,
Oh, you're
put her
saying
across the
you're
board,
saying
dude.
you're not a fan of
One
3
winner.
different women.
One winner. Can't we have one winner anymore?
No, it's like that commercial where
like
he's
everybody
like,
has to fucking
participant.
have a participation.
Where the one
trophy.
guy's like, participant, the hell with that, and he rips it off and puts the champion. Here you go, champ.
Yeah.
I like that one. At least
I know, I like that too.
Dude, my
I feel
my
like
kid's not placing up any 6th place trophy.
No.
your kid is gonna love wrestling though. Todd last week was very adamant about his son to be will never like wrestling.
Why?
I wasn't really adamant. I just said I never really liked it.
And then it led you to say,
And you said your son is gonna love wrestling, and I was like, no, he's not. If that considers to be adamant, I mean, sure.
it's the most emotion I've got out of you in 2 years. Like, so I had to go with it. I had to go with it.
He's not gonna watch it. Like when we're sitting around watching TV, we're gonna be watching like NCAA basketball or something. Not
Has
fake-
anyone
not
ever
fake
watched?
wrestling.
Fake wrestling? No.
Yeah,
When we were young,
All
fake
wrestling
wrestling
is
was the
real.
badass.
but I never
All
watched
wrestling
it.
is
You
real,
didn't?
That's
guys.
all I was saying. I just never watched it.
Did you ever watch it? Like NWO?
Did
and-
I still watch it, Jerry? Fucking Triple H just won the Grand
Triple H
Slam.
is still around? How old
Grand
is he?
Slam. Now I'm
The Grand Slam. Yeah, you sure watch it. all right.
WrestleMania. WrestleMania. God, a little off there. Well, let's get to the dunk contest, which is what everyone is talking about.
Oh my God! There's a YouTube video that compares the 2 dunk contests. The one between Jordan and
Dominique.
Dominique,
Yeah.
and then this one. And to be honest, this one beats that one.
That's a ridiculous comment.
No, watch them. Watch them both.
It's
It
a
is
ridiculous comment for the sheer fact that you're comparing Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins and the impact that they make to the game to.
what? What?
Well,
what
no,
are you,
dude, because-
a politician?
No, but I'm
not
just saying,
comparing.
like-
well, if I'm gonna compare the
But, like-
resumes, sure, then those 2 win.
Well, you
The
might as well go
dunks.
ahead
Go
and
look
get
at the
2
dunks.
you might as well go ahead and get 2 and 1 players. That's what I'm saying. Like,
So?
yeah, it's a sweet dunk contest. That's all I'm saying. Like that's all it is. But don't like the NBA.
So are you saying if it was LeBron
It's
and
not
Kobe,
near as
it would be
A way
that
cool
way
ordeal.
better?
Yeah, wouldn't you say?
Sure, but I mean, back then they actually stars wanted
That's what
to do
I'm
it.
saying. That's
Nowadays
what
they
I'm
don't.
saying. It was a great dunk contest. It was awesome. Super
know what?
entertaining. I'm not trying to take anything away from it, but to compare it to Dominique and Michael is kind of
No, it was
I
like
heard
they did
Todd
better
Smith.
dunks
I've
this
seen
year,
I've seen that video.
and it's phenomenal. Like the one, I mean, they're both great
Yeah.
dunk contests because they're going back and forth. But this year's overall, I think, was more exciting.
I think
They're better.
Todd's got a good point. Like
They're better.
that I never really.
dunks
I haven't heard that argument that
I haven't heard it yet either. so it
both
is
both
good.
those players could be and 1 players because we don't. The average fan doesn't know who Aaron Gordon is. Me and Todd didn't know who Aaron Gordon was till last week. That he was a player on the Magic, and then
I mean, we knew he was a player
Yeah.
on the Magic.
I
Just
knew
not.
who he was from Arizona.
all right,
Speak for yourself, my man.
We knew he was half white, half black.
My bad. My bad.
We knew he was half white, half black, and has terrible teeth. That's the most
He was
that
like
I
the
knew.
5th
about.
overall pick like 2 years ago from Arizona. And when he was
Shut me right up.
when he
Jerry.
was a when he was a freshman he was a one and done at Arizona. And when he was a freshman at Arizona, they went to the Final Four, or the Elite Eight.
yeah.
Gun.
Yeah. That is.
Gunshot. Cocked and loaded.
Yeah, he definitely pulled it off. I got fully pistol whipped on that one.
But so back to the dunk contest. It was so damn exciting. And you know what I was a big fan of? Everyone was booing Shaq when he was doing it. But he was making it, if you didn't hit your first dunk, he was subtracting every time you tried.
I like that.
Everybody was so pissed at him. Spike Lee was going nuts on him. And I was
Yeah.
like, fuck you, Spike Lee. Sit down, you little
If
midget.
you miss
Like,
your
are you
first
kidding?
dunk, the best you can get is a 9.
Yeah, and that's I
have
think
no
even
problem
less.
with
It's-
that.
He was doing it every time you missed one, you got a point less.
I
And I was
agree.
like, I agree with that.
Let's
completely
pump the
agree with
brakes.
that.
Let's pump the
I think
brakes.
it should be like that, like mandatory.
I agree. I completely agree.
Let's
You have to hit the first dunk. It's so much better on the first
And it was
one.
nice that actually at the end, it was like 4 straight
Dude, did you-
dunks where
did
they
you-
actually were all hitting
Did you
first
see
dunks.
the guy that performed on the halftime show? His
Yes,
dunk?
dude,
He
his
might have
dunk-
had the best dunk
He
of
had
the
the
weekend.
best for sure.
Dude, that thing was insane.
And that guy
dude.
was like, I mean, just an average white Joe, just
Yeah.
coming in there and like
He was,
jumping
like,
where it
6
was, like,
foot.
yeah, like jumping through, like it was like his belly was like up underneath hitting the net, and he's like did this weird ass. I was like, this guy just put to shame every NBA player.
I must have missed that one.
And
Yeah.
it was funny because Shaq and all them, it was like it shows the players and they're just sitting there watching the halftime show. Then it's like all of them just like drop back in their chairs and they're like, oh, like grabbing each other. And then it's like Shaq's like, was that guy on a trampoline? What the fuck? Like,
Well, let's go back to the beginning, which I was trying to pump the brakes on. Did you like the intros? Did
No.
the intros? They were horrible.
they were horrible.
They were
like
horrible.
the one where he came out to I'm a Gentleman or whatever. What is it? What song was it? It was like
they're so forgettable.
horrible. It
To
was,
what? To the game? Or
No,
to-
No, the
each
intros
dunker was introduced, and I guess it gave a little showmanship to the beginning of the dunk contest. And I don't know, Will Barton was my underdog pick for it, and he came out. That was a good strong dunk. I'm like, all right. And then Andre Drummond just, me and Todd talked
too
about it
big.
earlier. He's too big.
too big.
big.
He is. He's too
No
big to do
chance.
that.
Dwight Howard, the best big dunker of
Yeah.
all time.
The only way that Andre Drummond gets away with that is if he just does powerful dunks, doesn't try anything fancy, just does like two-handed fucking slams where he's
Just
trying to
try
pull
to
down
take
the
the rim
backboard.
down.
Yeah,
Well-
try to take the rim down.
Well,
That's it.
Dwight Howard's thing was height.
Yeah.
Like when he brought out the 13-foot rim,
Yeah.
like that's all about athleticism. Like, look, guys,
Yeah.
I can jump this high. Like, had they put like a dollar bill on the top of the backboard and Andre could have grabbed that and dunked, that would have been something.
Sure.
But he didn't bring any of that. He was just a big guy who could dunk.
And it wasn't even fancy dunks.
No. But then they brought out Zach LaVine, and his first dunk, which I think was one of the most impressive ones he had of the night, to be able to catch it off the dribble, hand it to yourself behind your back, and then reverse dunk it.
Yeah, it was sick.
ridiculous.
The slow-mo cam really gave the dunks,
Oh, yeah, legit.
Slow-mo
They-
cams,
you know,
slow-mo
sick,
cams
dude.
were real.
You
The
can
slow-mo
actually see
360
how
was
hard
so
what they're
great.
doing is.
Yeah.
completely insane, that first dunk. And then
How about
as
Steve Nash making an appearance and just looking ridiculous trying to kick that ball up to him?
that's what you get, Canada.
I know.
That's
I love that Steve Nash was doing. But I was like, Steve Nash, just stick to like handing or like actually doing a pass to him. Why in the hell are you trying to do this?
God.
It's not going to add anything to the dunk.
No, it
No.
doesn't at all. It just made the whole crowd like, all right, we're Z'ing now.
Yeah, it made Shaq put up a 9.
Yeah,
All right, so then we get to the final round, and it's like you said, Jerry. Like Shaq was giving out the 9s in that first round, but the second round, I meant 8 straight dunks, Jerry.
yeah, phenomenal.
If I brought the 3 of us went out on a 6-foot rim, we might not get 8 dunks in a row.
we probably
if we try just basic tomahawk dunks,
Yeah.
we might not even get eight consistent dunks.
Yeah.
So for that was the most impressive thing to me.
Yeah,
was-
it's when because I recorded it, like, and I heard who won, and like that the dunks were nasty. So my first question before I seen the dunks was, were they on the first try?
And they were.
And I was like, sweet, can't wait to see this.
Yeah, I know. I've been told anybody that I'm like, if you haven't watched the dunk contest, because I know they've gone to shit in the past over the dunk contest. I'm like, watch this one.
They brought it back.
Oh,
They
the
brought it
announcers
back.
were.
Oh, the announcers were
I
over
wasn't
it.
trying to
The
do that.
announcers were saying like, "Oh, you got to put the
Next
3
year,
point,
let's have it.
next year. Let's have
before
it."
the dunk
This is
Yeah,
before the
they
dunk
were
contest,
saying
but they were
put the
saying it on
3-point
air.
as the last thing.
This
yeah.
is what I like about
This is
NBA
what I like about
better
NBA
than all
commentators
the other
better than all the other
They
sports.
rag on their own.
They rag on their own sport,
and they beat up.
and they beat up on their own players.
Like you don't hear NFL.
Like you don't hear
announcers
NFL announcers like that guy's washed up and can't
Like,
play.
I've never.
And you definitely hear that.
Like we all watched Peyton Manning's limp dick arm like go out there and
And we
fucking
talk about how he's a soldier.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
exactly.
to
And it's true. It's an NBA player, especially like Shaq and Charles, just fucking rape people in the halftime show. They're like, "Turn off this game. You shouldn't be watching this game right now. It is garbage." And you're like,
Like,
Yeah.
like a post game show of a blowout, they'd be like, nobody's watching this.
You're right. They are.
you're right. They are. It's like why won't the other ones follow suit?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because here's the reason. Because what you're getting is ex NBA players, and in the NFL you're getting ex like white quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's to be
Who
honest.
want to respect.
Yeah, who want to respect the
Charles.
game?
Correct.
You got Charles.
You got Charles Barkley, who was already a shit talker in his career.
Yeah.
now is gonna keep
also,
shit
I
talking.
mean-
And also, I mean,
Ernie's the man.
He's got a
Dude.
little
I know.
thug.
He's got a little thug in him, dude. He goes well with those guys.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Real
well,
well.
and he kind
All right. Well,
and he kind of keeps them in, like,
He
because
keeps
it's
them
like,
in line.
it's
He's
like you could
perfect
tell that
for it.
Ernie was hired because it's like, hey, we're gonna have Shaq
Yeah.
and Charles out there, and they're gonna go haywire and do whatever they want. Like actually, and Kenny, it's like Kenny and Ernie, you guys have to keep the show like kind of in a kind of narrow path, so it's not like too nuts.
It's the best show on TV.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Jerry,
as we're watching the final round of the dunk contest, I want to advocate to the NBA and the viewers can help launch my this into motion as well. I want to bring in a fourth contest,
And that's
NBA fan reaction, NBA player fan reaction.
It's
Yeah.
for dunk contest.
Yes.
It makes the black
Yes.
the black guys are so awesome.
Yes.
Dude. They're so awesome on the sidelines. dude. When they just lose their fucking mind.
they act like
they act like they've never seen anything. It's just like.
It's a
You know
soccer
exactly
It's
what-
a
you know
soccer
exactly
celebration.
what-
Yeah, soccer celebration
They're
on
like
crack.
running
You know,
away.
because they're like
I
running
love it.
away and like
Yeah.
falling out.
You shit me falling out of their chairs. It's the best.
I know, and then they fall on top of each
Fall on
other.
top of each other is their go-to
I want
move.
to pull this at work.
I want to pull this at work tomorrow, like when
Email.
somebody sends an
You know,
email.
just like-
You know, just like yeah, I'm leaving. I'm leaving the building. I quit my job. Oh, you blind copied a motherfucker. I'm just gonna pull that move tomorrow and see how it works. Like they need to just have a fan reaction like event, you know, and cast like
Our fan reaction.
our
camera,
fan
like,
reaction
just having
camera,
those
like
dudes,
just having those dudes
absolutely
like
lose
just
their
absolutely lose their shit was
I
one
love
of the
it.
coolest things.
I love it because also that you watch that at the end of games when it's a blowout and you have all your stars on the bench, and then all of a sudden like some no name will go out and do a big dunk, and it's like all the stars are going nuts. Like that one time Kevin Love, it shows him like jumping crowd surfing into his own dudes after it was like maybe Cunningham making. Oh no, it was James Jones making 6 3-pointers in a row, and Kevin Love just like
going nuts,
and then just dives into his team like he's crowd surfing.
All right, well, I'm gonna ask.
All right, well, I'm going to ask both of you. I'll start with you, Todd. What was the most impressive dunk that you saw?
I gotta go. I gotta go with Gordon.
The air chair?
The underneath the legs. That's I never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Takes it from stuff underneath the legs and back through. That's I ain't never seen
What
anything
is
like that.
What is before I go to you, Jerry? What was your what was the second hardest dunk you saw?
Second.
Because I mean, obviously.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, like for him to nail that, that was one of the hardest ones
Dude,
I've ever
Levine
seen.
went through his legs from a foot inside the free throw line.
Yeah.
You gotta go there.
All right,
Yeah, I mean, don't you?
I'm gonna hold.
I'm gonna hold
Were-
mine.
were
I'm gonna hold mine.
those were the two best dunks of the night.
I would say, yeah.
What were your two favorite?
I would
Jerry?
say Aaron Gordon's for sure that first one jumping over the mascot, going underneath his legs. His knees were, when you look at it, were as high as the net.
Yeah, it was insane.
Like that's insanity.
His nose, like people say, your head's up the rim.
Yeah.
His like nose was up the rim.
Yeah.
And he's big.
He's a big dude
Yeah.
too. It's like 6'7". He's not small.
And
No,
the mascot
and the mascot's sitting a good 6 feet up.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
He's on the hoverboard too.
Easily, yeah.
Or the wheel thing.
Yep, that was insane. And then I'd say the second one was actually Aaron Gordon's first dunk that he did, where he grabbed it out of the mascot's hand, but like did like a reverse palm to grab it. I thought it was impressive because he timed it perfectly, and he was able to just grab it like that as it's coming by with the palm.
I didn't even think about that one, Jerry. That's a good call.
first one is obviously.
The first one is obviously for me is the air chair.
Yeah,
The air chair.
what
You
it's
know,
unreal.
I don't know what you call that.
I've heard.
I've heard.
call it
I've
the air
heard
chair. I
the
like
air
calling
chair.
it
I've heard it been called air chair, and I'm like, that's actually
Cool name.
cool name. You know?
It was unreal.
Perfectly described.
like-
Yeah,
How
I
do
mean,
you
because
really-
like,
how do you
how do you describe what you just saw?
Well, he sat in a chair in the
Yeah.
middle of it.
Yeah,
And then dunked
the
it.
air chair.
The second one I thought.
The second
was,
one I thought was
Levine's
Zach Levine's
alley-oop.
alley-oop from the free throw line.
Yeah, that was pretty tight.
You thought that was tougher or better?
Here's why I think Zach
because
it's
he's
tougher
got-
is because
he's relying on somebody
he's
else.
relying on somebody else.
So one, he's got to have.
So
the
one, he's
hand-eye
got to have the
coordination.
hand-eye
And
coordination.
two, he's got to.
And two, he's got to jump a long fucking way.
And he's got to be going insanely fast to do so. So you
Yes.
got to catch a pass, running probably for them 20 miles an hour, taking off at 20 miles an hour.
taking off and then being able to move your
Now, I'm
body.
not saying under
Now,
the
I'm
legs
not
is
saying
easy
under
by
the
any
legs
means.
is easy by any
ball
means,
never leaves
but
the
the ball never leaves the hand.
Like when you're running.
Like
I mean,
when you're
granted,
running, I mean, granted,
sticking
like
your leg out is
sticking
really
your leg out is really
Or-
impressive,
especially at that distance,
especially at that
but
distance. But
the
the
ball
ball
technically
technically never
never
leaves
leaves
your
your
hand.
True,
Like
and
it's
it's a-
going from one spot to the other.
And it's a ballsy maneuver to have to rely on somebody else when you know if you miss it, you're getting dropped points because Shaq's not fucking around.
Yeah, not only that. That's
Yeah,
a
not only
hard-
that, that's a hard, that's a
seen
never
dunk.
before seen dunk.
So
It
like,
was an amazing.
So,
it
like-
was an amazing.
Yeah,
dunk
yeah.
contest.
Yeah,
was.
yeah. Plain and
Anybody
simple.
that has not seen the dunk
Amazing.
contest, go watch it.
sure
It
if
is
you're-
worth
I'm
watching.
sure if you're listening to our
podcast,
You might
our
not have.
podcast, I hope you've watched that.
Yeah.
You know?
But Valentine's
So-
Day did.
But Valentine's Day did put a damper on a lot of people's watching. So.
let's go.
All
back
right,
to
so
the end of
let's
the
go back to the end of the contest.
Was it
Was it
Aaron Gordon did one.
Aaron Gordon should have won.
not the
not the?
what I mean? Should
What
it
I
have
mean,
gone
should it
on?
have gone longer?
Yeah, no beef.
I got no beef. You got beef?
Aaron
You got
Gordon-
beef?
I think
Aaron
he-
Gordon
I-
should have
I
won.
think Aaron Gordon deserved a 50
I mean,
on
granted,
that.
they had just seen.
I mean,
some of the
granted, they had
crazy
just seen
stunts.
some of
I
the
wanted
crazy
one
stunks.
more.
I wanted one more.
I mean,
I
granted,
was
they-
fine.
I mean,
I
granted,
was fine
they had to
with
kill it.
I thought Gordon had the best dunk, but I thought Levine was overall
I
better.
didn't have a problem with
I
it.
didn't have a problem with it.
They were both
Phenomenal.
tremendous.
You
It's
could have
hard
phenomenal.
to. It's hard
You could
to.
have flipped a coin. I had no beef either way.
Are you
Yeah,
glad that it?
are you
I thought
glad
Gordon
that it
had the
wasn't
best-
a
I thought
tie?
Gordon had the best dunk of the night. though.
I agree.
My vote probably would have went Gordon, but I don't have a problem
Well,
with it.
do you think?
All right. Well, do you think? What was I gonna say?
Unless
lost
you're
my train
counting
of
that
thought, yeah.
asshole that came out in halftime and
What-
fucking
Yeah.
put them all to shame.
What
He just shit on,
what are
he
you- are you-
just shit on like an amazing. He just shit on the best dunk contest in 20 years.
Well, in a world full of,
in a world full of participation
Are you glad that
trophies,
it wasn't
are you glad that it wasn't
Yes.
a tie?
Yes,
So we can all agree
absolutely.
on
All right,
that.
so we can all agree on that.
And I'm
We're
okay.
glad-
The reason I'm okay with it is now it's going to create some more. So we got to dethrone him next year.
Yeah.
Because you know,
Westbrook in. I
He's
want
got-
Westbrook in that thing.
I know, dude.
I
God.
want fucking Westbrook. Why not, dude?
And why not asshole LeBron? Why do you put up a billion dunks during the damn All-Star game? You're doing every fucking crazy dunk in the world, but then your ass can't get out there for a
I
dunk
hate that
contest.
shit. love
I hate
LeBron,
it too.
but I love LeBron, but I hate that about him.
Me too. I hate it. I hate
He's
it
the
because
first-
every.
he's the first big star not to do it.
You're right.
And everybody
All right,
followed.
guys,
And
well-
everybody
He's not
followed.
doing it
KD's
now.
not
KD
doing it
hasn't
now.
done it.
Russell
LeBron's
Westbrook's not doing it now.
started all this
LeBron started all
Kobe
this
did it.
bullshit.
I know.
Kobe did it.
And
Kobe did
LeBron's
do
the
it.
next guy.
And LeBron's the next guy.
Did Kobe win it?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
he did win it.
Well, guys, we're
running pretty good.
we're running
And,
pretty good, and
I don't think the
I think
viewers
I don't
really
think the
wanna
viewers
hear
really
about
want to
the
hear
All-Star game.
about the All Star
I didn't
game
even
because
watch
like
it.
I didn't even watch it, and I heard it was horrible to
Even though they
watch.
almost
Even though they
broke the
almost
record.
broke the
I watched
200
the-
mark.
I watched it.
I watched it. It was fun.
And I thought it was super entertaining.
It was. It was super
It
fun.
was garbage, but it was awesome.
It's because it's a no. I mean, no
It is what
defense.
it
You play
is.
no
I
defense,
mean-
but that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to let them entertain. Like, because you don't want to watch the best players in the world play their best defense in the world. You're like, all right, well, this is
I
stupid.
hear all the complaints about it, and I've read and I've heard and I've heard most of the debates on the radio about how it's just terrible, and heard Stephen A. Smith and Broussard talk about it was unwatchable, and I just disagree. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, what else do you want? I mean, do you want it to become baseball and like put the championship home court on it? That's the most fucking ridiculous thing ever.
Well, I heard
Let
it's
And they're not going to injure
it's
themselves. They're in the middle of the damn
it's 50
season.
grand to the winner and 35 to the loser.
15 grand
So a
swing.
15 grand swing isn't going to affect those guys.
No.
At least those guys, those all-star guys.
Each one of them spent $15,000 to $25,000 while they were up there.
Yeah.
Easily.
Easy. That's a modest number.
That's a very modest number for
So we're
that
gonna
weekend.
spend that.
So we're going to spend that's as much time as we're going to spend on the
come back
game.
from break,
When we
we're
come
gonna
back from break, we're going to discuss the second half of the season.
And
I went back and put together our. I went back and reviewed what we had actually selected as far as. So we're going to see who's the best on track, who's the worst.
And
So
some
guys-
trade rumors. Get to
And some trade rumors.
Tomorrow's a big day.
So if you're listening to this today, this is recorded on Wednesday. Trade deadline is Thursday. But if you're listening to this, guys, it means you love the Morning Hardwood. You love us. And so we encourage you to help us out. And how you're going to help us out is you're going to go to rcrradio.com.
And you're gonna click on.
And you're going to click on the Amazon. I'll do my ad. I'll do my spot between this. So
I want to go to.
so you want to go to rcrradio.com. You want to go to the top of the page. There's an Amazon banner there. Those of you using Google Chrome, why don't you disable that ad blocker? Just for our page.
Google Chrome sucks.
Yes, but
Why don't you do it for our page?
why don't you do it for our page? Go buy what you want on Amazon. A little bit goes into our pockets. Helps the show keep going. Helps Jerry come up with a new jersey every week. helps
Hopefully not buy
me
this,
hopefully not buy
Under
this
Armour
Under Armour looking.
I actually like that shirt. I really do.
Well, I got ridiculed for it on the show prior to this.
What?
Yes.
It's a good shirt.
Yes.
Todd's
Well,
got a wardrobe.
Todd's got a wardrobe he's got to fill.
Goddamn.
I mean, goddamn.
This is the first time
I've seen him without a watch.
Here's he needs a new.
Here's he needs a new.
Yeah, time's hard time.
Yeah, time's hard time.
So guys, we are gonna be
So
right
guys,
back.
we are going to be right back, and
hope
hope you enjoy listening to the Morning Hardwood. And as always, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
All right, welcome back. We are done with our first segment, and we're coming back strong with the second segment. Going to go through kind of our predictions, what's going on and who's on pace, and then we're also going to be kind of settling some rumors and hearing what we think or what we would like to happen over the next 24 hours.
Where you want to start at, Jerry? Trade rumors are.
I say see where we're at, and then we go to trade rumors.
All right, well, scoot it in a little bit, and let's get this thing rolling.
These are our preseason predictions that we did.
correct.
So
I don't even remember.
I'm right on pace, baby.
I know you guys. So basically, I had we weren't all able to get together, which is a shame. But we were able to. Jerry broke down the East. Todd did the West, and we had our season predictions. So I've kind of. I don't have a copy for you guys, but I've kind of put these together, and we're gonna start in the East. We'll save the West for the best. And Jerry hitting up top on the Cavs. I went fucking Wizards for some odd reason.
Weird reason, dude.
Weird
Weirdo.
reason. So you had a great call there.
Where's mine?
Yours is right there.
We got rid of yours because they were terrible.
because I have you guys both combined.
Oh, so I only did the West.
Yeah, you only did the
Oh,
West.
okay.
Jerry only did the East.
Okay.
Jerry, you had the Bulls in there.
Wizards?
The Heat.
What?
I know. It's a
What's
shame.
the record right now?
Were you drunk?
What's the Wizards?
They're not
record?
getting anywhere close to 52 and 30.
What's the record though?
You have it somewhere.
The Wizards are currently 23 and 28.
Oof.
Yeah.
they got to pretty much win
Yeah,
out.
and I picked them to win the East, so you can see how bad of a NBA prediction I put down on that. But anyways, going over Jerry's because Jerry hit this pretty good. He went Cavs, Bulls, Heat to start up top. All three are kind of realistic. And then you had the Wizards fourth, so you joined me with the Wizards. The Bucks we both picked, and they are kind of falling off. You picked the Knicks to be in the playoffs. They're not. They still can make it
They
there,
can
but
make it. I got a feeling they're gonna make it.
I have a feeling.
then you got the Raptors,
I hope they do.
who are
even though
only.
they've lost like 11 out of 12.
Yeah, it's not good. It's
Then
not
you
good.
had the
And they
Raptors
fired
and
their
Pacers.
Yeah.
coach. So I don't know where this hope.
then I had what?
It's just blind optimism.
You had the Raptors and Pacers to round out your playoff
It's fair.
predictions.
That's good.
So
I was happy with the
Yeah,
Pacers.
Boston is currently sitting at the
You couldn't
third
have seen
seed.
that coming. You couldn't have seen that.
You know, Boston's sitting at the third seed, so we kind of forgot about them. I actually had Boston out of the playoffs too, for some reason. I don't know why I did that.
I don't think anybody could have seen this coming.
No.
It's not like they played well towards the end of last year or anything.
No.
And now let's get into a little rumor that went, a
Big-time
trade, because
What about the rumor of the Miami Heat? I think that's big news.
Big.
Biggest news of the day, dude. Chris Bosh, career most likely over.
That's news to me.
Yeah.
You don't look shocked.
No, I was reading not about Chris Bosh, but about what the Miami Heat need to do.
That's pretty big news. Chris Bosh, first ballot Hall of Famer, right? Career probably over because of blood clots.
So
Yeah,
it came
is.
back.
Yeah, they came back, and flying's really bad for him.
Ooh,
Yeah, and these
boy.
guys.
So
these
is he
these
done for the
guys-
season?
Yeah, well, he's probably done.
Wow, that's.
They
a
haven't
shame.
said that, but like they said he's done.
Yeah, I mean, I saw in the trade
it's
rumors they were saying
it's
what.
more,
how-
it's
how
not
does-
it's not about his quad right now.
Sure.
It's about his blood clots, and this is the second time, and he's probably gonna have to go on blood thinners. And if you're on blood thinners, you can't really play. in the
No,
NBA.
God, no, because you get hit once hard, and he's a big man.
It's a
It shows over,
It's
yeah.
a life-threatening deal, so it's probably show over for him.
That's
Pretty
a shame.
crazy.
Way to bring the mood up, Todd.
It's an NBA show.
Yeah, no.
We probably should have broke the show with that.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. No, it's just kind of funny. Like, I'm looking at Jerry. Jerry's like looking like a puppy died. Like.
Dude, it is a puppy dying.
Yeah.
That's big
the
for
Raptor,
for
man.
NBA fans.
The actual Raptor. He should have never left.
I know, he
Toronto.
looked like a damn Raptor when he was on that team, too.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's
been
ever
the
had an
logo.
actual mascot that matched their star player other than Chris Bosh.
And like a Raptor, he's about to be extinct, right?
Got him already.
Got him.
First minute of the joke out.
Yeah, you can come see me next Wednesday.
No, for real, you can.
So, but that that is big news. And also even the articles that I sent or that I was telling you guys about was the plus minus for Dwayne Wade being on the court versus being off the court. And actually, what the article was about was Dragic, because they were saying like, what in the hell happened here?
Yeah, well, I think-
Goran and Dwayne Wade are just they don't mesh. So together, when they're on the court, they're -1 out of like 13,000 minutes or whatever, or 1,300 minutes that they've been on the court together this year. They're -1, which means they're pretty much even. It's not that bad. But then if you look at the opposite end, which is like they each have about 300 minutes off when each other is not on the court, and with Goran off the court and Dwayne Wade on the court, the 300 minutes, they are negative 80 something, which means that they are averaging negative 11 points per game without Aaron playing. And without Dwayne playing, they're up like 113, which means that team is better without Dwayne Wade on the court by a long shot, like by a big, big swing.
All of that being, all of that crazy numbers math that almost put me to sleep.
Yeah.
All of that being said, it all goes out the window because Chris Bosh
Is now
done.
out.
So they're done. Miami has no chance.
So what do you
at
do?
all
That's what they're saying is what does
whatsoever.
Pat Riley do?
You blow it up.
You blow it up.
You blow it
Exactly.
up, and you.
And they were saying, do you blow it up though? The only thing that
Who wants Dwayne Wade's?
Nobody
It's
wants
not
Goran
bad. It's
either.
not-
Nobody wants.
Nobody
Dwayne.
wants. You trade Whiteside is what you.
I'll
want.
take-
Well, that's what they're saying is they're going to have to handcuff Whiteside with Dwayne
So
Wade.
I'll take Dwayne Wade.
I would take him too. And
him.
and if they're trying to get rid of, they're trying to unleash
Yeah.
Whiteside and Dwayne Wade together.
I'll take that.
I would
Bring
take
him
it.
on over.
Who needs him? Charlotte made a move today.
Yeah.
Speaking of the East, and that's where I kind of want to go. Charlotte and Detroit both made a move. Detroit got rid of Brandon Jennings,
Yeah.
which we all thought would happen. They got Tobias Harris from the Magic.
That's surprising, but not.
They
I
had
guess that
2
was a
point
little
guards.
buyer's remorse right there.
Yeah, yeah,
It was a little buyer's remorse from Orlando, right? I mean,
getting
you don't sign a guy, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, to nearly a max contract and then trade him 8 months later for 2 expiring contracts. That's buyer's remorse.
Yeah,
Well, remember how we were
completely
saying in the
agree.
beginning of the season, how we were saying Orlando, like looking at the team and watching them.
But he's a big man that can shoot now.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, what's
not-
wrong with that? I don't.
I guess nothing wrong with that, but I mean, I feel like at Orlando, you're like, all right, well, we need to somehow get over this hump of
But I
average.
don't disagree with you. But if you're Detroit and Stan Van Gundy, you pair him with Drummond, you got a nice.
Oh no,
little-
I think that they
I mean, you
made
got-
a
it's
great
good.
you
It's
got
a good
nice
move
little
for
core
Detroit.
there.
great move
It's
for
great
for
move for
Detroit.
Detroit, and
I
it's
mean, not that you're doing anything this year, but going
It's
forward, you got a
it's-
nice little young nucleus.
it's like you
growing.
said, you got a big shooter, so that's Ryan Anderson's role in the old Orlando team.
And Stan Van Gundy, he loves big men that can shoot.
Yeah,
So he's got them now.
yeah, he's recreating
Yeah.
that Orlando squad.
Stan is.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what he's
But
doing.
Yeah.
the other trade that happened was the Charlotte Hornets appear like they're in. They're going for this run,
Yeah,
and
they
they
are.
got themselves a shooter finally, in Courtney Lee. So Memphis,
And
Which I was
they're- and
surprised
they're
at that
trying-
Memphis let that.
well, because
go.
Marc Gasol's out for the rest
So
of
they're
the
just
season.
saying, "Fuck it, we're
Yeah.
done with."
Why
it, we're
not
trying."
blow it up now?
Yeah.
I mean,
guess.
Marc Gasol's your centerpiece for your team, but these,
And
you know,
what's his name's on the market too?
I would think Conley.
Conley's on the market.
I would think
too.
he's got to be on the market now.
Well,
now that Marc Gasol's done with
yeah.
his foot,
Which
They're-
that's a. I mean, for
they're
any
done.
team, that's a
They're done.
good
Yeah.
point guard
very good.
yeah.
Very good.
because he's a true point guard.
And back to Charlotte, they're trying to get Howard.
Yeah,
So if they pull off Howard,
They're making some
they?
playoff money. Jordan said, "Let's
Yeah.
make some playoff ticket money."
Yeah.
because they're
I mean, it
getting
depends
they're
what-
getting into the Eastern 8.
it depends what you have to get up for Howard. You know, I mean, is he going to be because he's a rental player, or because he's an expiring contract this year, so you can't give up first round picks. You can't
Correct.
give up real pieces, and that's why. But then again, if Houston, I guess Houston's completely given up on the year, and
I guess there's a few teams.
They're
that
one
are,
game
yeah.
out. They're half a game out.
no, but they've given up.
I think
Well, I
so.
mean,
Yeah, I mean
because
with they
trying
just
to
threw away
trade.
their whole season. I don't know why. It had to be personal with Kevin McHale.
Yeah,
It had to be. I mean, why do that? I mean, you can see there's
Real
them struggling
personal.
right now.
Yeah.
That was
if you get
personal.
along with that guy, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
I mean, they made the Western Conference Finals. Like
and you're gonna fire him 10 games
Yeah.
in. No, that's
All right.
that's sniffs of personal.
Oh yeah. So let's get back to the Western. Todd
Like-
did a
Did I do okay?
you did a really good job picking the top half. So you've almost got them in order. You got you got Golden State,
Boom.
OKC, and the Spurs. You got them flip flop, but you only got them 2 games apart. So they're looking good.
Then you got the
Clippers at 4th,
so
which
4
is
for 4.
4 for 4 as far as the top spots.
Then
you got Memphis.
Did I hit that?
Memphis is sitting there, but like we said, with the Marc Gasol injury, they might fall out.
Who is 5? Memphis.
Memphis is 5 right now.
So I'm 5 for 5?
5 for 5.
And then I got
Houston.
who I
You got
Am I
Houston
6? I
there.
don't think I'm 6 for 6 there. Right?
Nah, Houston's out of the playoffs. But you got Dallas right there. So you got
Who's
Dallas.
in 6?
Who's in 6?
Currently.
You got the Dallas Mavericks.
Currently, Dallas is 6.
Yeah, and you have
I
them
thought
at
we were
7th. And then you got 8th at New Orleans Pelicans.
Ooh.
Yeah. So which they are
So Utah. I didn't give Utah any love, huh?
they're only 6.5 back. I don't know
Actually,
if that's
I think
good enough.
I think I shitted on Utah. Actually.
Yeah. You got Utah sitting 9th.
How many wins did I have at Utah?
You got Utah wins at 40 and 42. So
How
right,
many wins do they have now?
they are at 26 and 26. So right on pace.
Not bad.
Right on pace. Me, on the other hand, I thought OKC was going to come out and have the 62-win season. Golden State has obviously blown out both
Even if
me
they
and
had-
your
Even if they had the
expectations.
62 win season, they'd probably be in second.
Yeah. You had Golden State at 20. I had them at 22 losses. They might not get 10 the way they're playing,
They have to go 25-5 to break the record,
which doesn't seem like
and it doesn't seem very difficult.
no. Like that means you have to have a 2-game losing streak in there, and they're not going to have that. My picks, I got Houston Rockets sitting there at 3rd. That was my big blow. I got New Orleans sitting at 5. That was another big blow. I don't really have. I got Dallas in there. I got Memphis. I got the Clippers. But I kind of blew it with my Rockets. I kind of blew it with thinking OKC was going to take over the West. But going into the Western, I mean, the storyline is obviously Golden State and the record. I mean, I think that storyline is going to get beaten into us over the next few weeks. You got the fall of Memphis, so that just means the West is getting weaker.
You know what I would like to see? Is fucking record, but someone gets injured in the process from trying to beat that damn record, and it's someone big like Clay or Steph, and kiss their damn chances of.
I kind of hope
Oh.
so. I kind of hope so too.
I do.
God.
I want LeBron to get one for Cleveland, man. The Cleveland people
More
deserve
than
one.
ever. We do.
I don't want. I'm going.
Look at me wear this Chicago shirt.
I'm going.
You don't deserve one. But the
Well, it's
people-
because it's Derrick Rose. I figured it says Rose Valentine's Day. I put something together. Like I said, when am I gonna ever wear this jersey? I've worn it one time.
That was thoughtful, Jerry.
Thank
Well,
you.
I'm going. I'm going to OKC. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, and I'm gonna. I think they're still at 12 to 1 odds to win
it all?
To win it all. And I'm going in right now before the playoffs start. So hopefully, because obviously if that injury occurs, I'm just betting on OKC's top 2 are
Yeah.
the real deal.
Yeah.
So any storylines you guys are personally going to watch heading into this back half of the season, besides the Golden State record?
Obviously, the trade.
I'm
we're all
interested
gonna be.
to see what's happening in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say what happens in the next 24 hours is gonna make us have a lot of questions and interest in what happens for the remainder of the season, because there are some serious names that that
Well, I
people
heard
are shopping
Cleveland's trying to do a three-way deal with New Orleans to bring
Correct.
in
around. Ryan Anderson.
Ryan Anderson.
They need outside
that'd
shooting.
be a
They
really
need
good
outside
pickup.
shooting.
It would be huge,
Yeah.
and they'd be obviously getting rid
mean-
of Kevin Love for that. And
Yeah.
Boston,
But Kevin Love just doesn't fit.
no,
He doesn't fit. All they do
it's just like Gordon and Dwayne Wade. They just don't fit.
I mean, when it's crunch time, all Cleveland does is run ISO.
yeah,
Or they run ISO or pick and roll with
LeBron.
LeBron and with LeBron and Jesus
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Well, guys, look forward to talking NBA the rest of the season. Now that the second half is off, it's all about positioning. It's all
not
about
even really
getting-
the second half. That's kind of misleading. Like there's only like 30
It's like the
games left.
2/3. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I call it the
That's
second half.
That's another thing. Well, most people do, and that's another thing with these trades, dude. Like these players only have like 25 games to fit in. That's not very much time.
No,
No.
it's not.
And it's not like these guys got any practice time. They're
True.
playing like every other night. So
That's their practice.
yeah,
is that
so
his
they're
game,
playing
his game time.
games. So I mean, any trades that happen are going to be. I'd be interested to see. I don't think any huge pieces are going to fall. Maybe Dwight Howard to Charlotte. Maybe Kevin Love. Maybe. But I
Al
don't know,
Horford
man.
possibly.
You bring up a good point, Todd, and I don't want to keep dragging the show along, but have you seen a trade that's really made an impact?
Well, Jason Kidd got traded to the Mavericks when we won a championship.
That was a midseason trade.
Well, we won it the next year. Yeah.
I mean, can you think of a midseason trade where it worked out?
You'd have to give me a minute to think, but
I'm just sitting here thinking I can't think of one because obviously if you're trading for a player, you're not there yet.
Right.
And usually, like you said, it takes 25 games and then
25. Like
then
Jason,
you're
like
in.
Jason Kidd's a perfect example
Yeah.
of what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next year they gelled, they grew, and they won it all.
at the same time, you do know who's not gelling. So you're like, well, it's now or never because a lot of them you're like, all right, well, we have this contract that's expiring at the end of the season. Why not dish them out, try to get something
Dude,
for it?
Cleveland should figure out a way to trade Shumpert, Love, and your big man. Who's your big man?
Mozgov.
Mozgov, and get Anderson and
Horford.
Howard back.
That's
Fuck Howard,
that's
but
the
Horford,
trade.
I
That's
wouldn't
the
mind
trade,
Howard.
Jerry.
What?
You would like Howard.
Last season's Cavaliers.
Howard
trades.
is good, dude. He's
They-
better than fucking Mozgov. I can tell you.
He's
that,
absolutely
dude.
better than Mozgov. but
And he's perfect.
Sucks dick.
But he fits in your team if he's a third guy, dude. Just
And he might actually
All he
play.
does is rebound and run the floor. That's all he would have to do for you guys.
And that's all he needs to do.
Yeah.
Well, it's last year. You guys got J.R. Smith at the trade deadline. He single-handedly won
We got J.R. Smith, Shumpert, and
Mozgov. So there's a midseason trade that kind of worked. The
Yeah,
team never really
exactly.
played good till the playoffs.
Correct.
You never even saw what they were doing until the playoffs.
Correct.
But they don't
So-
have to. The Cavaliers are the only team that is in a super luxury of they can just coast
Yeah.
to the playoffs.
Yeah. It coast to the
And
number
they
one
can
seed.
coast through the playoffs. They can still learn how to play together in the playoffs. No West team can do that.
No, West has to be settled.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm looking forward to these last 25 games in the sprint to the end. So for Jerry, for Todd, I'm Britt. Thank you for watching on YouTube, everyone. We're out of here.
Thank you for watching, everyone.